Just good. It's not insane, you know what I mean? Except for, you know, the outliers with PDK and aggro sword to some degree, so.
Sometimes it can still be incredibly scary, but let's see if that's the case here. It looks like they're going to be starting off with a Dragoncraft versus Havencraft matchup. That's going to be Botalz running the Seraph deck against PDK. Take it away, guys.
This is one thing I actually want to bring up about Seraph real quick, is the fact that if you're running D-Shift and PDK in your lineup against Botalz, he has to ban your D-Shift, which auto allows PDK through, so it's kind of a weakness to play something like this.
You know, like, as a person who's played a unbelievably obscene amount of Seraph, one of the matchups I look forward to the least is D-Shift. Okay.
Yeah.
It is so painful and dreadful. Be like, oh man, he's playing D-Shift.
Yeah.
Like, all of my cards do nothing. For the
Honestly,
majority
the
of
only way you could win before is to literally play absolutely nothing until Seraph on turn 8 and then triple remove it after that, essentially, and just hope they didn't get there. But you can't do that anymore with Magic Owl, especially in Giant Chimera in the deck. Like, you just don't have that kind of time anymore.
Exactly. And I think the matchup, because of Giant Chimera, actually got worse. Like,
yeah, of course it did. Of course. And Magic Owl and everything. I mean, it's absolutely insane now. Like, you can't just sit there and do nothing, which was your only out before. And that's realistically it. Like, there's no other way to beat them. You're not going to beat them with the damage before they kill you with their combos. So having to ban that, again, allowing PDK, which I think gives Vetu a slight edge here. Unless Botalz can win this game. If Botalz wins this game, I think he will be significantly ahead.
I agree that he will be ahead. I personally, I don't know. I'm not entirely confident in his ability to win this game, but hey, we never know. You never know, man.
If he does, then he gets Mid Shadow versus the Tempo Haven deck, which I think is a fine matchup. I think it's a very even matchup. But being able to snipe PDK is what you want to be doing here, because if you lose to PDK here, having to beat the Tempo deck twice with two, I really think, marginal decks, honestly, seems like a daunting task.
Well, this is a very interesting situation that Vetu puts Botalz in. So Botalz doesn't actually have a way of being able to deal with both of these outside of playing Themis. So he forces him to have Themis to pop the Staircase of Paradise. And if Vetu gets like a bunch of Storm cards, the game could probably just end there. Oh my goodness,
and
he got a Zeus.
This
so
is pretty good. Got a Zeus.
Yeah. So he has a Forte, which there is no way he's not playing. Okay. He has a Dragoon Scyther that he can play next turn. He got a Zeus to turn after.
Yeah, he's got PDK plus Scyther next turn, along with an Ayala at the very least, and then Zeus to follow up. So yeah, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, but at least Botalz will be able to play the Radiance Angel into the Black Inscription. So he will be able to take that out. But you're still looking at a sizable amount of damage. You know?
And if by any stretch you guys have been listening and following along with how you beat Seraph, you don't let them play it. And that's like realistically it. Every single turn you present what could be a lethal board, even if you're bluffing, so that your opponent can't put that Seraph down. And then you literally just eke out the victory over time if you really need to, or if you just have, you know, cards like Vetu has, you just push for lethal as fast as you possibly can. And it's pretty easy to keep presenting that sort of board state.
Yeah, PDK is very good at presenting these types of board states where they can't just play Seraph. Every turn at turn 8 and more is just, I can't play this. You know you can't play it because you're just dead.
Right.
You know you can't play it. And he definitely can't play it right now.
No, this is a Themis. Thankfully he got one. He would have been able to do a whole bunch of other stuff, yeah. But this allows him to just play a Themis, attack for 4, and then he can end with a Snow White, which isn't terrible. It will represent some sort of a board, but again, we know Zeus is in hand.
Yeah.
To deal most of what Botalz has left in life points here.
Yeah, which is yet another reason he can't play Seraph.
Right.
He just can't play it. He can't. No matter what he does, he can't play the Seraph. At least not right now. Yeah, I think he just...
Ooh, I like this play.
Really?
I like this. Yeah, this basically same thing. You can't play Seraph anytime I have a threat that you can't deal with on board, because I can just kill you with a Storm Follower. And this will at least... Because Zeus was it. There was no other out-of-hand damage, and that's not enough for lethal. This sets up a longer game to where you can draw into more Fortes, PDKs, and just never stop the pressure. I really like that play.
Well, Snow White certainly won't be killing Sybil.
No.
I mean, it can
No,
can
it
do
won't.
it in junction with the Red Hot Boots, but if he plays that Red Hot Boots, he can't play Seraph. He
Right.
can Acolyte's Light, but again, he still can't play Seraph.
Right. It's the eternal struggle of the Seraph player.
Yeah.
Can I play this card?
Yeah, can I ever play this card? And still... Interesting.
Interesting line of play here. He does still have 2 amulet removals in hand, or countdown removals in hand, so using a few doesn't feel that bad. I really want to see that Tribunal get out as soon as possible, though, because that is the type of card that can allow you to play it, but now it's just too late.
No, game's over.
That's it. That's
Game's
the
over.
combo.
Yep, 12 damage, Dome Piece. Face, and then plays Erd, Evo, Dome. See ya. Sorry,
Great couple
Seraph.
cards to pick up.
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Staircase doing what it does best, giving win conditions.
Whenever we see PDK let through, it wins.
This happens. Yeah,
It happens.
this happens. Have we seen it lose today?
I think we saw one lose today, and I think it was on the opposite end of Jay-Z's Control Blood. I don't remember exactly, but I think so. I think.
Otherwise, every time we've seen PDK,
Yeah.
it's getting W.
All right, so now Botalz is under the gun. Now, this is the deck that we've seen V2 play, I want to say, not the most optimally. And it's kind of been his downfall a little bit. It's what's been causing him to lose games. He only needs to win 1 game out of the next 2, though, with this deck.
Yeah, I definitely agree that this has been his Achilles heel.
Yeah.
He's made some very questionable plays with this deck.
To be fair, though, he's
And-
made it almost to Japan with this deck. So realistically, I could just be talking out of my butt, and V2 could
You know
just
what?
be playing absolutely perfectly, and I am just completely wrong. Okay, I'm definitely willing to throw that out there.
Okay, so I got a question for you. All right.
Okay,
Would you have played Globe there instead of playing the Pinion Prayer?
never.
Yeah,
Never in my life,
was,
but
I
I
was
play-
thinking.
This is
I
the
was
thing.
thinking
like,
maybe I was crazy.
When I play Tempo Haven, I play it like an aggressive deck. Globe is there to refill. Pinion Prayers are there to aggress, right? And I don't mind this play, though, because this does set it up for the Ephemera turn. This is probably one of the best setup turns that I've seen V2 do. So it works. This play works.
Well, that's fair. Wait. Okay. Oh man, I was scared for a second. I thought he played the Demon Eater. I looked away for a second, and I for some reason thought he played the Demon Eater. It's like, oh my goodness, no, he didn't just do that.
No,
Okay.
that's
So,
really weird.
that
No,
didn't
he's
happen.
got a really good setup for next turn, yeah. Either with the Lyrial, the Demon Eater on the Bellinus, or the Lurching Corpse. He has a very good answer to board states next turn. Now,
I mean, I
if
think-
V2 doesn't play Ephemera here, then I really don't know what the strategy is. I mean, like, Blackened Scripture is also a good card to play this turn, but then you can't really do anything
There's
else.
no way. There's no way you play Black and Scripture. No way. If you went, it's almost like if you went through this line of play, you've committed to this line of play.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You don't play Black and Scripture. Oh, Lariel is going to do some WORK. This board is going bye-bye.
Yep. Ephemera will stick around.
No, well, no, because he has the Demon Eater to pop the Lurching Corpse.
That's right.
So, goodbye, Ephemera. Later.
And now let's count damage. So with an Evo next turn, we're looking at Botalz being at 9. Dance of Death puts him at 7. March Hare's Evolve puts him at 4. But he's got to go through insane amounts of defense. He's got to go through a Blade Fiend. He's got to go through a possible Death's Breath.
He's got the Dance of Death in hand. He's good on a Blade Fiend.
That's fair.
He's got the dance.
This is looking pretty good.
Yeah, he's got the head scratch going.
Yeah, what do I do here? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Gotta win. This is a must-win situation.
Yeah, 110% must win. But he does have enough shadows to trigger that effect, so he will be able to go face, and he will be able to kill the Tin Soldier.
I didn't think when I first looked at Blade Fiend that I would like it so much, but like, man, that card, every time it hits play, is just insane.
It is great. Okay.
Insane. Almost as big as a Gobble Mount Demon, and has an additional effect.
Yeah, the 2 shadows, you go, man, I don't know if I want to give up 2 shadows, but then you realize, no, well, yeah, I don't mind giving up 2 shadows. It's pretty good.
Right.
Especially with a deck that generates a lot of shadows overall in general. So, you know, having 2 additional shadows just to clear something and have a big ward, pretty good.
The ward part is just the icing on the cake to me. It's just like, I do all of these things, plus you have to run into it.
Yep. Yep.
And the scripture just not quite enough to get there, unfortunately.
I'm wondering if he's considering passing. I would hope.
Passing here is a rough pill to swallow.
Yeah, I would hope not. Because he was taking a little bit to think about it, so I think he was actually considering it.
I mean, it's definitely a consideration. I mean, it's definitely a thought that would cross my mind. But in the end, that extra damage, I don't know about that.
So I like this from Botalz. Like, look, man, we're going. We're hitting. The Dark Jean does not wipe the board here. Okay, it will take out the zombies, but it will leave the Demon Eater.
Right. It realistically is the only play that he has, though. There's nothing else to do here.
And that's what feels really bad, because, yeah, that feels awful. You pumping your opponent, you're pumping your opponent's guy? Never feels good.
Nope. And you have a few options now if you're Botalz. I mean, you can jam the 5/2 into the Dark John, and then play a Death's Breath at full value to set up for Ektar yet again. You can jam it and play Saris, and just start healing. I mean, you have a breadth of options here.
I like the Death's Breath. Trade Death's Breath, set up for Ektar next turn.
Yeah, that's the play I would go with.
The most that he can do based on his given hand, I mean, of course, Botalz doesn't know this, but the most he can do is dance.
Right.
Because he certainly won't be trading with that bird. So,
no.
The most he can do is dance.
Bird not quite big enough.
But at the least, taking out one of these will put Vetu at 1 next turn. So he does have to play this Dance of Death.
Yeah, Dance of Death is being played. Again, one of his only options. I would have opted for the Hollow Dogma well over that Beast Call Aria.
Yeah, I agree. He
Getting
might be looking at
4/5 body out there is...
Double Saris, dude.
That feels pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Botalz probably is like, yeah, you're not doing this, bro.
This works too. This basically just guarantees a lethal setup for next turn with Ektar. And as we can see it, that's pretty much going to be it.
That's game. Pack it in. Yep. Botalz, hold it down. Botalz trying not to smile.
That's right.
Botalz.
Hold it in, brother. Got one more game to win.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, sorry, V2. You're going to have to take this L, man.
This is classic. This is Haven on Haven self-crimes to get somebody to Japan here.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Like Haven on Haven crime, man. That's just.
I never thought that I would see Haven on Haven for such big stakes.
High stakes. Yeah.
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 This is intense.
Man. As a Haven main, I absolutely love this. Okay.
Yeah.
As a Haven main, I love this. I love seeing my two decks that I absolutely love, Stormhaven and Seraph, be the deciding. This is the deciding match to decide who is going to Japan. Okay.
All right, what does it decide again? What does it decide?
Who goes to Japan?
To play for how much money?
$120,000. Okay.
I don't even know how much money that is. I can't count that high.
I think that may be more money than we're currently making.
It could be. I mean, I don't know the numbers, so that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's jump in here. So V2 on the play has what you would call the perfect on the play hand. That Globe, not Opinion Prayer, but he does have Beast Call into Divine Birdsong.
Yeah, he has basically what he would want in this match. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I've been seeing though, Aya? You know what I've been seeing though? These amulets, even on curve, V2 has not had a bad draw in I think any of his games really. Maybe one against the first D shift match that he had. But it just doesn't seem like this deck packs enough punch. There's no Moonall Mirages in it. You know what I mean? He hasn't been drawing his Garudas.
Oh my! Well, there's the Garuda.
Okay.
On command.
But like it just, I don't know. It just feels like it just doesn't have enough. You know what I mean? But that could all change this game. This is looking pretty. This is looking pretty spicy.
Does have March shares. He's gonna get the Evo next turn. Botalz did just draw a Priest of the Cudgel, so he'll be able to take
like a scumbag. Like a scumbag.
Like a scumbag. Properly drawing the Priest of the Cudgel at the right time.
That's right.
Okay. Properly drawing it. He knew he was going to do it.
Every time my opponent Sacred Please and it pops on turn 4 when they're on the draw, I'm just like, they didn't have it, and now they do, and I feel awful.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's exactly what happened.
It always
happens. Exactly what happened.
Always.
Yep. 100%.
This setup is actually insane, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, what were you going to ask me?
I was going to ask you, man, how do you feel seeing all this Haven? Like, I know you're not.
I think it's great.
Haven.
I think it's great. I love Haven now. I told you I built that Tempo Haven deck, and I rock Haven now. Haven's sweet.
Hey.
Horus the Great, Aether of the White Wing. You know what I mean? Like I like these cards. These are great cards.
Welcome to the train, man.
That's right. It took me almost a year, but now I play some Haven.
Excellent. Now, V2's hand still pretty godly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Just pure 100% Octane is what he's got this game. He's got his Garuda. He's got the Taurus. No chance of him slowing down this game.
Yeah, this man ate some Wheaties today. All right, he's ready to go. This hand is amazing. All right.
Oh,
that shot! Oh,
okay,
no.
it just got better. It just got better.
Botalz did the lean. Oh no, that's what it was.
So guys, if you're wondering why you play Tempo Haven, these are the draws why you play Tempo Haven. Oh, you wrapped my board? Who cares, brother? I got Garuda into Tea Time, into Taurus. Unbelievable.
Dead. Okay.
Dead.
Dead.
Oh, wait a minute. This is just lethal right now. Forget other turns.
DED. Sorry, Botalz.
Botalz out. V2 moves on.
In America. never gonna be staying in America, brother. Oh, V2 going to Japan.
Oh my gosh. That is a harsh loss right there. That is harsh. That is harsh for Botalz, but V2 coming in with a Stormhaven. And the most incredible part about all of this is this is exactly how Fantasy foresaw the future, right? Fantasy was telling us